Hey, what's up everybody? And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to set up a free account at cadpractice.com, how to get started for free setting up an educator account, or how to get started for free setting up a student account, or if you are an educator, how to set up a classroom and invite students to your classroom, even if everybody's using a free account. Because the way cadpractice.com is set up is that all users begin as free users. And we did this intentionally so that educators can get in there and create a new classroom and invite students in before you have to actually commit a credit card or anything like that. You don't have to request a free trial or anything like that. It's just set up so that you can start out as a free user and then migrate to a paid account if it looks like it's going to be a good fit for you. So the data set that we're going to work with today is going to use the school Oakwood Polytechnic Center, just a made-up school, with Professor Sarah Jenkins as the educator and then a group of students underneath her. And so if we were to look at the org chart here, we would see that the organization is called Oakwood Polytechnic Center. So when we're setting up the free account for the educator, you're going to be asked, what is the name of your organization? And the idea here is that you could have multiple educators within one organization. And then after the free account is created, Professor Jenkins is going to be able to create a classroom, first period CAD and 3D printing, and then invite students to that classroom. Now the students are all going to create their own free accounts, and then they're going to use a class code to join Miss Jenkins' class. Now, once you migrate to a paid account, this organization could get a little bit more complicated where you could have a paid group license for the entire organization, and then you can share those paid licenses to the different educators, and each educator could have one or more classrooms, and then within each classroom you have your students where those licenses are assigned. So the difference between the paid account and the free account is that the paid account unlocks the entire library, and the paid account allows you to create and manage multiple classrooms. The bottom three items here are the same for both the paid account and the free account. So the main difference is that with the free account, you can only access the first 3 CAD challenges, and you can only set up 1 classroom. But even when you're an educator and you've got a free account and all your students have a free account, you can still assign challenges to those students. You can only assign the first 3 challenges, the free challenges, but you can still use that function. You can still view the student progress, and you can still access your Educator's Dashboard to manage these tasks. So again, it's really set up so that all users begin as free users. You can go through and you can kind of experiment and make sure this will be a good fit. The other thing is that later on, if you do get a paid license and then some of your students leave the classroom, you can switch them back to free users. And what this will do is it'll free up the group license so that you can apply that license to a different student. But the other thing that happens is the free users don't lose any of their points. They don't lose any of their progress. So that way, if they take another class next semester at the same school or even at a different school, they can just take their progress from cadpractice.com. They can take it right with them. So all users begin as free users. Some users become paid users, and then sometimes those paid users convert back to free users, and it's all good. So let's get into cadpractice.com now and see how we can set up these user accounts. All right, so let's get started here by creating some free student accounts. Now, students are going to be end users who are going to go through and do the CAD challenges and then join a classroom or join a users group. If you know that you're going to be somebody who manages a classroom or manages a users group, like a teacher or an instructor, then I think you should wait and you should just create an educator account. And I'll show you how to do that in just a few moments. So I'm going to start out right now by signing up as a student account. And the student that I'm going to use is going to be Marcus Chen here, the first student in this class. So I'm going to go here to cadpractice.com. And then once I go to cadpractice.com, up here in the corner, I'm going to choose Get Started. So get started. And then we're going to challenge you for your date of birth. Now, currently this platform is designed for students who are 13 and older. We do have a roadmap where we're going to be giving some options for some younger students, but for right now, it's really designed for students who are 13 and older. And depending on what your date of birth is, you're either going to get blocked from using the site or you're going to get a different privacy policy. So we're going to go in here, we're going to say what our date of birth is, and then we're going to choose continue. And now here you see we can begin to sign up for our free account. We can either sign up as a student or sign up as an educator. So for this one, I'm going to sign up as a student. Here you can see you can choose a customized avatar from our library of avatar. and we're going to indicate our region. And so your country is going to be shown here as a flag on the leaderboard. So I'm going to search for United States here, and then I'm going to choose United States. And then your CAD system is also going to show up on the leaderboard. So you can choose the CAD system you're using in your class. I'm going to choose Onshape for this example. Lastly, down at the bottom here, we've got our end license agreement, terms and conditions, privacy policy, and student data privacy policy. So I'm going to say I agree and create account. Now you're going to immediately receive a verification email. You just want to make sure that you check your spam folder and your junk mail folder. This email does come out right away, but it may end up landing in one of those folders. So I'm doing this video in real time, and the code is already there for me. So I'm going to choose verify, and there we go. We are now in as a free student. And that's it. That's all you have to do to sign up as a free student. You can see here that currently the student does not belong to a class. So we're being asked here if we want to enter a class code. We'll do that in a couple of minutes when we create the educator account and create a classroom. And he's got access to the first 3 challenges for free to kind of test out the system, see if it'll be a good fit. And then the remaining challenges are going to be locked unless Marcus upgrades to a paid account. Now, in just a few minutes, we're going to show how we can get Marcus to join a class. But before we do that, I'm just going to go through in the background and create the user accounts for the other 5 students in this fictional classroom here, the Riley, Leo, Maya, and Elias. So I don't think you want to watch this, so I'll just fade to black here, and then I'll come back once those are done. All right, so I just went through and created the accounts for these students. Now, of course, these students will create their accounts on their own. You will not create them as an educator. They will create their free accounts on their own. And I went through and created all 5 of these, including Elias Thorne. That's the one that's up on screen here, Elias Thorne student. So these users are now able to go through and use their free account to do the first challenge, the second challenge, the third challenge, watch the tutorial, earn points, get on the global leaderboard. They're able to do all that fun stuff. But what they're not able to do is interact with one another and see each other's scores or anything like that, because they don't belong to a classroom together. So now it's up to the educator to go through and to create an educator account. So here we'll once again go to cadpractice.com. We'll choose get started. We'll once again input our birth date. And again, this is because of age verification to make sure that we're working with older students and users. And now we're going to choose continue. And now here we're going to choose the account type of educator. Now, the educator can also sign up with Google using SSO, but the main difference between the educator and the student account is that the educator has an additional field down here where the educator is going to input their school information. So this is where we're going to input the school information for Oakwood Polytechnic Center. I'll just put in Oakwood here for the school name. So, or I'll just do the whole thing. Oakwood Polytechnic Center. Sounds very fancy, made up school there. So for the user here, we're going to say that this is going to be Miss Jenkins. So we'll give her the wise owl. And then we'll say that the username here is Sarah Jenkins, signing up as an educator account. And then we'll put in the email address here for Sarah. So here we go, the email address, and then we'll input the password information here. And once again, what country are you from? So this will show up on the leaderboards. And then what CAD system are you using? All this information looks good. We say, I agree. End license agreement, terms and conditions, privacy policy, student data, privacy policy, and create account. Now, once again, you're going to receive an email. So just check your email folder, check your spam folder. It comes in pretty quick. This one came in already here in real time. And then we're going to say verify email. And here we go. Now we're looking at an educator account. So this looks a little bit different. You don't see that library of CAD challenges. Instead, you see what we call the Educator Dashboard. So you see up here, it says teaching and it says classes up here. This is all part of the Educator Dashboard. So Sarah Jenkins is an educator using a free account. And now here we're going to choose to create our very first class so that we can share this code with our students. So we're going to say create your first class. And this class is called First Period CAD and 3D Printing. So first period CAD and 3D printing. And we say create class. And there we go. Now we're looking at our educator dashboard and we can see the progress grid and the assignments for our students and the ability to purchase seats and distribute those seats to our students, and the leaderboard for our classroom, which currently only has one person in it. Only Miss Jenkins is on that leaderboard in that classroom. And as an educator, you can click this button up here, Student View, and this is how you get in and you actually look at the CAD challenges and go through and try to do those challenges yourself. And you can see, because this is a free account, we can only access the first 3 challenges. But if we unlock the paid version, we're going to be able to access the entire library here. So if we return from student view here, if we return back to educator view, then what we can do here is we can choose to grab this code, WRBBGX. We can grab this code and we can send this code to anybody with a free or a paid account, and we can have them join our classroom. So we're going to grab this code and we're going to share this code out to all of our students, maybe put it up on the board or email it out to your students, distribute it to your students, and then they are going to input that code in their interface on that button that says join a class. And I'm going to go and do that with all of the students right now. All right, so now I've gone through 4 of the 5 students and invited them to the class. And the way I did that was I put this code up on the board up in the front of the classroom and had them all enter it into their system. I saved the last one because I wanted you to see what this looks like. And I also wanted to mention that we can switch to a light mode here in cadpractice.com. If you click on this little light here, then it'll switch it to a light mode. So if you prefer a light mode over a dark mode, you can click on that button to change it, both as a student and an educator. So Miss Jenkins has the light mode on now, and now I'm going to go over to a student view here. So you can see this is Elias Thorne, a student, and you'll notice here the student is not currently a member of this class. So Elias is not a member of this class. So what we'll do here is we'll grab that code, WRBBGX, and then here we'll say enter class code, and then we'll just enter that in, WRBBGX, and join. And now Elias is part of that classroom. Now, if we watch here, it updates pretty quickly. You can see actually Elias is already a part of that class. And so now what we see here is that Miss Jenkins has a view here of all of the students, and Miss Jenkins can see how many points each of the students has earned over here on the right. Now, if we look at Elias, we can see here now that what's happening with Elias is Elias can see a class leaderboard, and all the other members of the class are shown here on this leaderboard for Elias. Now, the thing is, whenever you're looking at cadpractice.com, the usernames are always obfuscated. So Elias doesn't know that this is Miss Jenkins. Elias doesn't know who this user is unless he happens to be in the class with these users. And then he can figure out who's got which username. And then that way you're kind of protecting the anonymity of the students. So Elias now has a leaderboard here that's hooked to the class, and Miss Jenkins now has the ability to go into the assignments menu here, assignments, and then choose any of the CAD challenges from the library and assign one of those challenges to the students. So for example, this challenge here, level 1 sample challenge, assign, and then when is this going to be due? We'll say that this is going to be due tomorrow. So we'll say save. And now that challenge is assigned to all of the students. And the way that this now looks for Miss Jenkins, for the educator, is that there's a progress grid here that shows how the students are doing with this assignment. So far, nobody has started this assignment. Nobody has done this assignment for the stepped block. Well, here in the student interface for Elias, we can see here that Elias now has an item on the assignment board for to do. Now, the way that this came up was normally you're looking at the library of CAD challenges, but there's a section here called class. So when Elias clicks on that section called class, then you've got your first period CAD and 3D printing, and then here's an item that is due from Miss Jenkins. So we can click here on that challenge. It takes Elias right into that challenge. So this is the very first challenge from the library, and then Elias can choose to reveal this challenge. And the question for this challenge is, what is the volume of this part in XXXX cubic millimeters? And so Elias can now go through and solve this. Okay, and so Elias used his CAD system and went through and solved this model and came up with an answer. Let's see if it's correct. And Yes, got it correct. Very nice, very nice. And so now he can return to class. So here you see we've got this back to class. So now we see that that challenge has been moved over to the completed column for Elias. And then we can also see here that Miss Jenkins gets some feedback as well. So Miss Jenkins can see here that Elias has completed this challenge and nobody else in the class has completed this challenge. This is kind of cool because you could set up a challenge and assign it to your class and then watch in real time as they're working through it if they're working on it in the classroom, and you can kind of see who's finishing it first. The other thing that happens here when you've got a classroom is that you get a leaderboard just for that classroom. So here at the leaderboard level in the student login, when we click leaderboard, we've got a leaderboard for the entire world. We've got a leaderboard for just my organization, and we've got a leaderboard for just my class. So currently Elias is in first place compared to the rest of the classroom. He's the only one who's completed any challenges. And that is the review of how to get it set up on cadpractice.com with a free account. I hope this all makes sense, but of course, if you do have any questions, let me know down below in the comments, or you can email me, toby@cadpractice.com. But now you know how to set up a free account as an educator. You know how to set up free accounts for students, or really the students will set up their own free accounts. And you know how to set up a classroom and invite students to those classrooms so you can create assignments for those students. And the big takeaway from this video is that the way cadpractice.com is set up is that all users begin as free users, and that way you as an educator or as a student can get into the platform and can start testing things out and seeing if this will be a good fit for you and for your classroom in the upcoming semester. So like I said, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next CAD practice video.